Tic Tacs! Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be about tic suppression. Shut up, Kyle. Whoa. Okay. So the first question I want to answer is what exactly is tic suppression? Okay, so what is tic suppression? Whoa. Oops, okay. Tic suppression is not controlling tics. It's just trying your best to make them less noticeable or prevalent or harmful to yourself or others. See? So it's not really controlling, it's just trying to make them less noticeable. Another common question that I get is what does it feel like to try to suppress or hold in a tic? And for me, I've said this before in videos, but for me it feels like if you were trying to yawn, but then you closed your mouth and tried to swallow the yawn and not to do it. So yeah, it's not very comfortable. It feels like a bunch of energy and tension building up in your chest and going throughout your head and whatever body part really wants to tic. It's just like energy flowing through your veins. It's really uncomfortable, so I don't like to do it a lot. Oh, another thing that you can compare it to is like trying to hold your eyes open for a really long time and just don't blink. And see how long you can go without blinking and with that burning feeling and just, yeah, it doesn't feel too comfortable. So that's about what it's like to try to suppress a tic. A lot of people ask, I'm a chicken. No, nobody asks that. A lot of people wonder, how do you suppress? Like, how would you go about doing something that your body uncontrollably makes you do? And it's the same as if you were to cough or hiccup or yawn or sneeze. It's like you'd suppress it in the same way. Just try not to do it. You know you're gonna do it, and your brain is gonna make you do it anyways. And it's uncomfortable to try to hold it in, so just letting it out is easier, but you can try to hold it in at the same time. So like it's the same with a yawn or a cough. Something to note about suppression is that it is not guaranteed to work, and in some situations it's just gonna make your tics worse because you're thinking about not doing them, and therefore you're thinking about them and making them worse. So it's not always a good idea, and it's not always helpful. Not everybody can suppress tics. Wow, that's gay. Whoa. Some people, especially with psychological tics, have a really hard time suppressing. So just because I can suppress doesn't mean anybody else with tics can suppress. And just because I can suppress certain tics better doesn't mean that another person will be able to suppress in this situation compared to me in that situation. Everybody's different. Well, woo. So when you suppress a tic, your tics are building bricks. So when somebody suppresses their tics are just building up inside of them and getting worse and worse and worse, even though they're trying to keep them down to a minimum and as low as possible. Inside, they're probably really uncomfortable and just focus so hard on not doing the tics. And after they're done suppressing, or after they get out of a situation where they want to suppress, and they go home, or they're somewhere that they're comfortable ticking, well, their tics are gonna get a lot worse. A lot of the times, if I'm suppressing, I will go home, and then my tics will be very, very active and vocal and loud, and my tics will be even harder to control than usual. Woo! Once, at the very beginning, when I first got my tics, and they weren't very bad at all, but I still suppressed them at school because I didn't want to stand out. They were mostly motor tics back then, so I barely even had any vocal tics. I had like maybe a tic where I'd say hey or something like that, but I didn't really have it at school. So I would suppress all day at school, and then I would go home, whoa, eat, and I would have a tic attack almost every night. And one time I had one that lasted until 5 a.m. in the morning. Whoa. Bro, what are you doing? Stop that. Go away. Yeah, okay. So suppressing tics can lead to tic attacks, and it can lead to them just being a lot worse and a lot more harmful and even dangerous to the person who is suppressing and other people around them, because their tics might try to punch them or somebody else. They might get like more aggressive after you try to suppress. Suck my nuts. So with that knowledge, you should keep in mind not to ask people to suppress unless it could be dangerous to themselves. Like in a situation where somebody will physically hurt them if they tic. Which hopefully that situation never happens, but please do not ask people to suppress their tics, because it's painful and it's uncomfortable and it's hard and it's tiring, and it can cause lots of harm to the person after they're done suppressing. And it can literally lead to them getting bruises and scratches and everything on their faces and everything. I've gotten bruises from tic attacks, and suppressing tics can lead to tic attacks. So it's honestly very dangerous, and I wouldn't ever ask anybody to do it unless they're in a situation where it's dangerous for them not to. I love chickens. This is something that I've experienced, but I don't know if anybody else with tics has ever experienced this. Hi, I love you, I love you, I love you. But it's called subconscious suppressing. Or that's what I call it. Beans. Because I'm suppressing without even realizing that. Without even realizing that I was suppressing, like without even trying. And this happens like during social situations where other people are talking and I'm supposed to be listening, or when other people are reading or something. And then when I realize that I've been subconsciously suppressing, I continue to purposely suppress because I feel awkward just letting my tics out after I've been super calm for the rest of the time. So it would be uncomfortable for me to just start ticking a lot all of a sudden in a group of people that has just been seeing me sit there and just do a few tics every once in a while. Oh no! So I feel weird about like letting my tics out after I've done that, but it's hard because I didn't even mean to suppress in the first place. And then once I realize I've been doing it because of how uncomfortable I get, I feel like I have to keep doing it because I don't want people to think I'm attention seeking or faking or anything. Which most of the time the people that I'm with wouldn't think that and they'd just be fine, but you know, just oh well. My brain is funky sometimes. Okay. There is something called tic suppression therapy, which I like chickens. Whoa. I have not done. I know that like I watched a few videos on it, and one of the exercises was you. They placed a bottle of water on a table, or just a bottle, and told the kid to try to suppress their tics and not knock my nuts, no, and knock over the water bottle. And they had him do it over and over again every week until he got better at suppressing his tics. Tic suppression therapy is not a cure. People go to tic suppression therapy for years and years. I know one girl, her name is Ellie Wendell, and she's been going to tic suppression therapy for a very long time, years even, and she still has Tourette syndrome. She still tics quite a bit. Oh, shut up, dude. Dude. A lot of the time, we don't even know where we're going to tic, so we can't just suppress certain tics. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna say, so how should I know that I need to suppress this tic specifically? Whoa. So don't tell somebody to just not do that tic, or don't say this one because I don't like it. Whoa. We can't do that. We don't know what tic we're gonna do half the time. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. So yeah, I like chickens. Whoa. Ooh, what the fuck, Kyle? That's a little bit gay. Tick suppressing can sometimes help tics to be quieter, but a lot of the times for me with there's a thing called Tourettic OCD, where if you don't do the tick loud enough or you don't do it right, your tics will make you do it louder, or it'll make you do it again and do it the right way. So I can't say, whoa, I can't change a tick from what the into what the frick, because usually my tics won't even let me do that. I'll just say what the and then hi, whoa. Anyways, without my control. But if I tried to change it into what the frick, my tics would then make me do it the right way again, most likely even louder. So we can't control the volume, we can't control what we say, we can't control what tics we have, and we can't suppress certain tics and not suppress others. Whoa. I don't know if this is the same for anybody else, but I like chicken. Whoa. But it's easier for me to suppress vocal tics than it is for me to suppress motor tics. So if I'm suppressing, my vocal tics will almost be non-existent, like I might have a few short ones, but I like chickens, whoa, but my motor tics will still be pretty bad, and a lot of the times when I suppress my vocal tics, my motor tics go out of control and get harmful, like punching. So yeah, I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced that. Whoa. But let me know in the comments if you have tics. Is it easier for you to suppress vocal tics? Wow. It's still very hard for me to suppress both either way. Beats. Whoa. But it's a little bit easier for me to suppress vocal tics. Yo, that's... In certain situations, our tics are worse. So like when I'm out in public and I'm anxious, my tics are worse. When I'm making videos, I'm seeing myself tick, and my tics are worse and harder to suppress. Like chicken! Ow. My poor wall. And in class, when I'm like listening and focusing on my work or listening to the teacher, I like chicken nugget. My tics are a lot calmer and easier to suppress. Suck my nuts. But then when I go home, they get really bad, so well. Some days it's easier to suppress than others. So one day I'll wake up and I won't be able to suppress my tics at all, and they'll just be coming on quickly without warning, and I won't be able to suppress them. Suck my nuts, dude. These nuts. And then some days I'll wake up and my tics will be really calm and easy to suppress. I like chickens. And I won't have much of a problem with after suppressing, and it'll just be really nice. But that's not usually the case. A lot of the times my tics are a butthead and they're a little bit harder to suppress. Suck my nuts, dude. Wow. Anyway. And suppressing is different for everybody. This is just my case. If you have questions for a specific person with tics, obviously you're gonna have to ask them because I'm not in their body, so yeah. If you also have tics, another thing that I've noticed is when I suppress my tics, I start getting more freezing tics and whoa, chicken nuggets, whoa. And they're really like weird and kind of scary because I'll like freeze, I'll just go like and just stare off into space. But it's not a seizure because I'm fully aware and everything. But after I've been suppressing for a while, I'll start having more of those than if I wasn't to suppress. Yeah, just to really push this point forward, tic suppression is not controlling tics. A lot of the times I won't even get like the urge to tick before I have a tick. It'll just happen, like chickens. So I don't even know I'm gonna have a tick, and I don't even know that and I don't even know that I need to suppress one. So suppressing is not controlling. Just because we can suppress tics doesn't mean that anybody can stop doing their tics. Wow, that's gay. Well, there goes my notes. In conclusion, suppressing tics does not mean controlling tics, and it is dangerous and painful to the person doing it and other people around them, so you shouldn't ask someone to do it and you shouldn't do it yourself. Well, unless you are very comfortable doing it and you've been doing it for years. Hi! Or in a situation that it would be dangerous not to suppress. Every case is different. This is just my case. So keep that in mind. So I'm gonna do a part of the video now where I try to suppress my nuts. where I try to suppress my tics for 1 minute. I gotta get a timer. 1 sec. Okay, so I'm going to set a timer to suppress for 1 minute. Burrito. Should put that down. Okay, and please note that I can go hours without ticking. Some people even go days or weeks or even months without ticking and then get their tics back. And that doesn't mean that they're faking. It just means that their tics are calm and a lot different than some people's. My tics are quite active today, probably because I'm filming a video and I'm just talking about my tics so much. So my tics are not always like this. I go hours without ticking almost every day. Suck my nuts. So this is just an example of trying to suppress when my tics are active. This would probably be equivalent to suppressing when I'm in public, because in public my tics get worse because I'm anxious and stuff. So yes, I'm going to start the timer. Sorry that I talk so much. 3, 2, 1, start. I like chickens. Wow, 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 wow. You failed. No, okay. Suck my nuts. 15 seconds left. Time's up. Yay. Done. Let's go. So I hope this helps clear up a few things on tic suppression, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I will see you next week, my little Tic Tacs.